Ooh, I like this mix. Welcome, everybody. We are live on the Geeb podcast, the pre-show, as we let people filter in as we get the show going, and I get notifications out of Drip. Tonight, we're talking about 2026, but actually more accurately, we're talking about some serious decline in numbers, at least in the United States. So that's what the doc is for tonight. But we're gonna kind of talk about the sales drop-offs in the United States, and then how that what that means for Nintendo and us as fans. We're also gonna do some predictions as far as what 2026 is going to look like, based off of the fact that these sales are low, but also because it's early in the year. We want to talk about that. So, hi chat, hi Coffee with Games. How you doing? What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Good to see you guys. Drip, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
You doing fantastic?
Yep. Hi, Jeff.
Wait, my mic. Something's wrong with my mic. Something is wrong with my mic. I'm seeing this.
Now, brown cow.
I'm seeing this on my mixer. Something's very wrong. Oh yeah,
that. To me.
Something is wrong.
Atari's gonna buy Nintendo. Hot take.
Damn it.
I believe it.
What's up, Power Mad? Hello.
That's what's wrong. All right, getting the volume back to normal here. Had me on 100%. Let me There we go. Okay. Yeah, that was bad. Had me on 100%. And give me 1 second, Drew. I'm gonna go turn off the fucking dryer. Dryer's on. It's gonna squeak the whole fucking time.
Geeb is much okay. There you go. He fixed it. When he gets back, let us know how it is. Yeah, I don't hear the dryer either. I'm sure it's annoying to him though. How is everybody's week? Anybody playing the new Animal Crossing stuff yet? I have not messed with it at all. I've not been home all day.
I've been messing with it today. Played a little bit more than I should have, but having a good time with it.
Power Mad, I do want those new Switch 2 Joy-Cons. I like them. I like the colors, and I like the fact that they only have the colors on the underneath part of the sticks. I like them. I do want them.
I like them too. I'm not gonna feed into the hate on them. I'm also not going to say that I love them. I just think they're pretty cool. They got a nice little pop of color. I think the reason why people are hating on them is because they are not colorful enough for their taste. They'd rather something that has more color if they're going to spend $100 on Joy-Con, which is completely fair.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you don't need a set of Joy-Cons and you don't really like the color, then yeah.
I really want.
I mean, if you need a set of Joy-Con, you got a bad Joy-Con or something, or dog ate one or something like that.
Or you dropped one. I really want a second pair because I'm paranoid that I'm going to break mine. Because I've dropped my Switch 2 so many times. Like,
really?
I've dropped it more times, I think, the last 7 months since it's been out. Since I dropped my Switch, regular, light, or OLED, is in there all 3 of their lives.
My God.
I've been dropping it like crazy. I can't. It's like an epidemic. I don't know. I don't know.
What are the situations that you're in where you're just dropping it this much?
Normal situations. I think, is it me getting older, getting more clumsy, like shakier hand? Like I don't know.
I don't know. I'm getting older and I have reflexes like a cat.
Everyone hates everyone who's older than me in the community hates when I talk about how old I am. But guys, I'm 31 now.
Because we're not all older.
I'm
than
not.
You.
I know, but like I'm not not all. Like not even close. All. I'm actually older than most people who hang out with us. At least in the live chats and stuff. Actually, no, that's not true. I don't know. Either way, I'm not young anymore. Like 31 ain't young. So.
Oh my God, dude, 31? Fuck.
Young is like I'm now 31, and I can say you're young when you are like, yeah. And when I'm saying young, I'm not saying like after 31 you're gonna die. I'm saying like your youth. Your youth is gone by 24. After 24, you're no longer youthful.
I don't know. I still.
And then when you get in your 30s, like entering, I feel like that's when it's like every day is like another day closer to decrepitness.
No, man. Listen, 39 is just. I'm telling you, that's the peak of young manness.
I mean, it can
I'm just
be.
now
If you
entering
have-
the
if
second
you have-
part of my life. You're still in your
if you have
first part of
if you
life.
have money and opportunity, it is. But when you're broken, when you're broke, can't really do
How
much
old
of
is
anything.
Drip? Drip is 39.
Ah!
Drip
Oh,
will be 40
I want to play a game. We could have had him
next
guess.
month.
Drip
Not-
is
well, no,
40.
we're not in February
You look
yet, so
47 to
March.
me.
What?
I wanted him to guess. That would have been funny. Make you feel even older.
Most people say I look way younger than I actually am. So
Wait a goddamn minute. I just looked at your Discord. Someone just joined it. Guess who just fucking joined our fucking Discord? Your fucking Discord.
who?
Metal Mojon.
Oh, I know, dude. He's been commenting on videos and stuff. Like every video this week, he's commented on. He might be here right now.
He
I
better
bet he
be.
is.
I'm
He's back, man. He's back to being a daily member of the community. I love it. The older you get, the more doctor's appointments you go to. That is
Again,
true.
unless you're
You
broke
did not
and live in
miss beer of
America.
the week.
If you're broke and live in America, you don't get to go to the doctor. That's a privilege, apparently. So
Yeah,
privileged
that's true.
to go to the doctor
I was gonna
and not
say
die.
both of y'all look the same age. Whether that's a compliment or an insult is up to you.
I'm an old soul, but Drip I would say Drip doesn't look
Um,
40. When I look at Drip, I don't think he's 40. But I haven't seen it in a couple of years. Maybe you look old now in real life.
I look the same. I look exactly the same.
Oh man, that's
You did not miss beer of the week, Ed.
Nah. I mean, you and I get along like as if we were like, twins. So like, it's not. Listen, and here's another thing about age. Once you get past 27 and a half, I feel like age doesn't even mean anything anymore. Like you could be
Yeah, you're
50,
basically all
you
just-
could be 21, you could be 61, and I'll treat you the same way. Like
Yeah.
sorry.
You're either a mature adult or you're just always gonna be a fuckhead. That's the age where you can kind of tell, what you're gonna end up at for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Let's do the beer of the week, since we are still filtering in here. I'll do mine first because it's not very interesting, but there's a small story to it. I'm on painkillers right. Painkillers. That sounds like I'm on drugs. I'm on ibuprofen right now, so I'm trying to give my liver a break. So I'm not drinking any beer right now. But I am. This was brought into the house the other night. I didn't buy this. Someone else brought this in the house, and I tried it because I was always a big fan of Diet Sprite, but I know it's not as good as Sprite, and it's very polarizing. People hate Diet Sprite. You guys gotta try this Sprite Zero Sugar, not Diet Sprite. Sprite Zero Sugar. This stuff is good. I imagine it's Coca-Cola's version of Sprite or Coke Zero Sugar.
Yeah,
right?
it's just Sprite
So,
Zero.
but Sprite, I think, and the reason that people like the Coke Zero is because it tastes more like Coke than Diet Coke does, which I think is true. This tastes way more like Sprite than Diet Sprite. Like it tastes. I drank it. I was like, wait a minute, this is Diet. I didn't even realize it was Diet until I took a sip and like pondered it. So yeah, this is quite good. If you guys have not tried the Sprite Zero, even smells like Sprite. What it's missing
Only
is like that.
Metal
It's missing.
Mojon says only Sprite I drink is from McDonald's, bro. They do
Sprite.
have all the
Oh,
best
yeah.
sodas. I don't
Gotta
know
get
why,
it there.
but yeah. The Coke Zero is not bad. It's not bad. I never had the
No.
Sprite Zero. I need to try it. That's very interesting.
I'm a Diet
You're
Coke
getting
person
you're
personally.
getting a lot of people agreeing with you in the comments here, though.
Good.
Chat.
I'm not that I'm not a fan of Coke Zero. I'm fine. Me and Coke Zero are on good terms, but I prefer Diet Coke. But Diet Sprite has always been terrible. It's been like the laughing stock of diet sodas for a long time, and I feel like this Sprite Zero is gonna bring it back. I think it's good.
Good. That's great. Yeah. Meadow, I don't know if you were here a minute ago. We were just talking about you.
Yeah, man. I messaged him in Discord. I'm like, get in here.
Ah, nice.
I summoned him.
Nice. It's my turn. So I was on the way back from Pittsburgh today. I came through, the Pennsylvania Turnpike there, coming back to West Virginia.
Very familiar with
And
that.
I got a text message that said that Mon County schools have a 2-hour delay tomorrow. And I'm like, well, it's 41 degrees and raining. So that means it's going to get really fucking crazy tonight, obviously. So I stopped over by Cheat Lake, and I wanted something that I normally don't get. and I found something that was very appropriate for a 2-hour delay in the morning with the snow coming. I got some Sam Adams Winter White Ale.
Ooh,
It
very
is
nice.
fan-fucking-tastic.
Very good.
Yeah.
I don't love Sam Adams, any of their stuff. I really don't love.
I've been really enjoying like almost every one of their beers lately for some reason. I don't know why.
I feel like this is not a knock on Sam Adams. I feel like Sam Adams is the McDonald's of beer, as in, it's tasty, but it's not like high quality. It's not like something I yearn because it's like, ooh, that's a great beer. It's something I want to get because they're tasty stuff.
See,
they're not. It's not like
it's a little higher quality.
and it's a specific taste. It's a very specific, like maybe it's more like McDonald's has a very specific taste, and I feel like Sam Adams has a very specific taste. Like it's the McDonald's of beer in the sense that it has that taste about it that makes it Sam Adams. Same with McDonald's, you know. Anyway.
Okay, well listen to this. You tell me if this doesn't sound delicious.
Geeb is a terrible pal. Wow.
This is a festive ale balanced with bright orange peels, spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. To warm up even the coldest temperatures and help you celebrate the season. Doesn't that sound amazing?
I didn't say I didn't like it. It does. And I didn't say I didn't like it, Metal. I didn't say I didn't like Sam Adams. I don't love it. It's not like I'll if it's the only option, I'll drink it. But like I'm not going to go get Sam
I
Adams.
see Moran in here. Oh, yeah. I read Bush Apple will be returning soon. That is true. They posted it on their Instagram. I actually put it, if you guys are not, get in the Discord. I posted it in the Bush. It used to be the beer chat. Now, did you change it to just the Bush chat?
I feel like I did that at some point, yeah.
I just noticed it was called that the other day.
I mean, it's funnier. It's funnier that way.
I did screenshot their post on Instagram and put it in there. Because, yes, they are bringing Bush Apple back. They announced it already. It's coming back in 2026. It seemed like they're just bringing it back, too. So...
Good. That's good to hear because it was very sorely missed while it was gone. So,
yeah.
Bush. By the way, Jeff, if you're still hanging out and everybody else, do I sound more level?
Dude?
I should sound more level now.
My
My mic was way too hot. Like it was on 100. I keep it on 80 typically on Windows. So like it was way too hot. But thank you. Glad I fixed it.
Yeah, I didn't. It sounded the same to me. I noticed a little bit when you turned it down, but it didn't change much for me. So
that Discord does that type of thing. You know.
Yeah.
That would be.
Yep.
What kind of bush are we talking about? The bushy kind.
Yeah.
Bushy bush. The kind that you drink.
I guess if you're not familiar with
so
what we talk about
being,
in Discord,
being very creepy.
Yeah, the bush
Beer.
chat could definitely go several different ways.
The bush chat. Yeah, the bush chat. 18 and up only. It is an 18 up only room too. When you click on it, you have to like say that you're 18 or up.
Yeah, holy shit. Wow, we're fucking
the
creeps.
bush chat.
I didn't
Yeah, we
realize
are.
it.
Drip and Geeb, they got the bush. Although there is a beer bottle next to the bush chat. I'm almost positive. Let me double
Yeah,
check
maybe we
that.
should change it back to beer.
No. It's fine. No one's gonna take it that way. Yeah, it's
Fine.
fucking beer. It's beer mugs. There's beer mugs. It's fine. It's bush chat.
Yeah, if you don't get it, sorry.
And it's spelled like bush, not like that
Yeah.
bush. It's spelled like the bush beer.
Yeah, it's got the C.
I don't
in
have to
there.
defend myself.
It's fine.
Bush. Maybe I should add more S's, more H's. Bush.
I was thinking politics. Leave it to G to be a weirdo. Yeah, like George W. Bush. Or, yeah, who knows which Bush, you know? There's several of them.
Hey, dude, I'm a man. You know what do you want?
That's
What do you want
fine.
from me? What do you want from me?
It's fine.
What's up, Ocho? And embarrassing the ladies in the chat talking about
Sorry.
Bush.
Hey, no.
I was just gonna lurk and listen. Yeah, we kind of accidentally summoned your presence. Unfortunately, sorry about that. Okay.
Oh, man.
Not talking about that anymore.
All right.
All right. Yeah. I wasn't gonna say. That's what I say it. I see. I'm the kind of guy like when there's weird going on. I get in front of the weird. I don't hide. I feel like it's weirder if you hide behind the weird. Get in front of the weird, and then be weird, and then it's fine. Like then it's not. Then it becomes less weird and more funny. You know.
That's true. Sometimes.
Sometimes. And I do it every time. You take what you get.
Yeah. That's
Why is Ojo's messages getting redacted? Are you redacting your own messages?
No. Oh, I thought you were asking me if I was doing anything. I'm not.
No. I figured you weren't. Oh, okay. We have a tiny delay. That's crazy.
Did we change settings? No, we're still.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like that was like 3 seconds and she'd already messaged in the chat. Okay. Should we do podcasting yet, or should we still talk to the people?
Let's do podcasting.
Yeah. So we're gonna podcast now, guys. Feel free to stick around and listen to a show. If you're only here to listen to us banter, sorry. I never played any DK, so the revival or the moment wasn't a special for me. Yeah, no spoilers in DK. I'm not sure if we already talked about spoilers. No spoilers. That's a good. The ending of the game has a really good spoiler in it, and a nice little thing that they do for people who beat the game.
Yeah,
so
I haven't finished it yet.
Don't
go back to that one.
It's out there in the end. I know people know about it already, but yeah, no spoilers. Just here at Windows Shop. We ain't got no sponsors tonight. Nothing to shop for. This episode is brought to you by the Pixel 4 XL from 2019.
No, this episode is brought to you by my merch shop.
Drips merch.
Go
buy his merch.
A fucking t-shirt.
No bush on those merch. Not at all. You should get a link for the people. Hang on. Jeff, I brought it back out the other day. I'm just kind of keeping it on the desk. I want to do something with it. I don't want to, it still works perfectly fine. So I want to do something with it. Used to be the camera of the show. Some people know that.
Got it.
I also, Jeff, I think you know that too. Not XL, I had the regular 2. The Pixel 2 was the camera for the podcast for a long time. That was for like 3 years. They're going to stick around now. Okay, good.
Is that right?
We trapped you.
That's it.
We got you. You stuck here. There we go. Drip drop.
Couldn't find anything. That's
drip drop the merch.
Damn it. Hang on. That wasn't it.
The episode is sponsored by Drips Merch. Buy Drips Merch.
There we go. Now I got it. Don't click on that one. That one's bad.
Oh, why'd you put it in the chat then?
Because I thought it was right. It's not. Hang on. I'm going to get it out of there. Remove. And hey, sponsored by my merch shop. Go get some t-shirts.
Nope. It's not sponsored by Alex. Alex literally just sponsored this episode. Thank you, Alex, for sponsoring today's episode.
Cool. That's better.
Appreciate you. Little support. We appreciate the little support, Alex. It goes a long way. We appreciate you. There you go. Put it on the screen. I could do that type of thing. All right, let's get the show rolling. Rolling. Drip. Come on, man. It's just one of those days. I was hoping you'd just go, what? You know.
Sorry.
Keep the song going.
I was not prepared for that. That's my fault.
No. I know. It's a tough lyric. Those were some tough lyrics.
I take full responsibility.
Oh no, the show is also sponsored by Metal Mojon.
Yo!
Metal Mojon in the chat. Appreciate you, man. Gotta finish cooking. I'll be listening. Nice to see you boys again. And chat as well. Appreciate you, Metal Mojon. Thank you for sponsoring today's episode. That's we should start doing that. People this episode's not sponsored, but you can sponsor it. Today's episode is sponsored by Alex. What's your full name? Alex the Throat Goat. Oh boy, speaking of questionable names. Alex the Throat Goat and Metal Mojon sponsoring today's episode. Appreciate you guys.
Definitely appreciate it.
Let's do this. How do I do this? Okay, we're good. Every single show. Dreadlocks Welcome everyone to the Geeb Podcast. I'm your host, Geeb, and with me is host Strip Media Gaming. For this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Most people remember this podcast to get extra podcast content every single month. And you can also sponsor this episode like Metal Mojon and Alex the Throat Goat. Don't ask him why that name is his name. For sponsoring today's episode, we appreciate you guys for being in the live chat.
We do. Thank you so much.
Toss us a couple of dollar dues. Appreciate you for doing that. If you guys want to sponsor the episode, feel free to leave us a little, what do they call that when it's YouTube comments? There's like a super chat.
Super chat.
You get a little super chat. You can sponsor the episode, and we appreciate that a ton. Drip, how you doing this week? How you doing?
I'm fantastic. Good week. It's a good week. Got lots of cool stuff planned for the weekend. The band is going away. We're doing a little bit of a band retreat, taking all the equipment up in the middle of the woods to a cabin. We're going to write a bunch of music for 4 days.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty excited about that.
You're going to be the Beatles. Trap
Yeah,
yourselves
we're
in a
gonna
room.
be the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Yes,
The heavy metal Beatles.
Yes, heavy metal. Yes, the Beatles. Yes, that'll be us.
This episode is not about your band, which the name is escaping me. Castle Grayskull is not about Castle Grayskull. This episode is about, in fact, the fact that the Switch 2 had a horrific holidays for the 2026. Oh, excuse me, I messed all of it up. 2025. The Switch 2 had horrible 2025 Christmas time as the sales plunged by 35% in the United States. That's a very, very big number to drop in the biggest market for Nintendo.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty big number. I mean, I feel like there's lots of other stuff going into it, which we're obviously going to talk about, but it's big regardless. Like, no matter which way you slice it, I mean, it's a problem for Nintendo.
Yeah, a problem is the right word. It's not like an issue yet, but it's a problem.
No. That's another thing too. Before we even get into all this, let's be realistic. Let's bring this back to reality to start the conversation, because there's a lot of stuff out here. Everyone's like, "Oh man, the Switch 2 is it's not gonna do what the Switch 1 did. It's tanking already. It's tanking." Do you realize how high the Switch and Nintendo were riding? Like, they were in the fucking stratosphere, and now they've come back down to like the clouds. Like, they're back in the atmosphere at this point, but like, they're still doing just fine. Still doing just fine. We are not in any type of place to worry about it. Sales were down for the holiday season, yes, but there are a lot of things that go into that.
I would like to mention two things quickly. First thing, thank you, dude, for becoming a member. Arizona Ice Tier, 2 months in a row. Appreciate you, dude. And
just one of those days when you don't want to wake.
Yeah, just one of those days. I do want to wake up today. Thank you, dude, for making me want to wake up. Also, but I want to comment on Coffee Games here. I failed to mention the 35% compared to what. So he is asking compared to what, to when. It's down 35% for 2025 holiday compared to 2024's holiday. So Switch 1 2024
in
did
in its worst year. That's
in its worst year did better than the Switch 2 in its first year, after 10 million units were sold in weeks. So
yeah, I mean, it's not good. It's not good. That's for sure. There's no getting around it. It's not good, but they still sold a ton of units. It's not like they're hurting. They made sure they had a ton on the shelves too, which is great. And that, you got to remember this too. That's another thing that we haven't really brought up yet. That's just in the United States.
Yeah.
They're still having trouble keeping it on shelves in Japan.
Yeah. I will say this. You can find them all over the place in the United States. I don't think that is due to the fact that it's not selling well. I don't think that the reason you go to Walmart and you see them stock shelf every time is not because it's not selling well. I think it's just because they're keeping up with stock. That's something we'll talk about in a minute, where Nintendo is really trying to combat some issues that could arise this year with keeping the system flowing out of their factories and shipping.
Hear some stuff out about that. We're going to get into some interesting territory later this year. We'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, that's the thing. We knew they were going to do this. They talked about this before the thing came out, that they were trying to make sure that what happened with the PlayStation 5 and all the other consoles that came out where you just couldn't find them, even the Switch, the first Switch, the same thing happened. They were trying to keep that from happening. And I mean, at launch, yeah, it was difficult to find. But very, very soon after that, they were in stores. Even when when they were putting up those gigantic sales numbers, they were in stores. So they just made sure they had stock. So anybody saying, "Oh yeah, I go to a store and see the Switch 2 sitting there, nobody's buying them," it's not necessarily the case. They just have a whole lot of them where they weren't prepared for that with the Switch 1. And I mean, when the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X came out, they tried. They did what they could do,
Yeah.
but it was just
Yeah.
it was a different time. So
If I don't want to fail to mention exactly the numbers here. Japan, and it seems to be just the United States issue, at least in the big markets, because Japan, they're one of their other biggest markets. Obviously, it's a Japanese company. They were up by 11% this year for the holiday sales, so they're doing just fine. Now I can imagine Nintendo expected higher than 11% in Japan. I feel like that's pretty safe to say that it's down from what they were expecting, but it's still up 11%. So, I mean, it's doing okay. It's doing just fine in Japan. More than okay. It's doing just fine. And UK, I don't think it's one of their biggest markets, but it's a significant market.
yeah.
Up
Well,
by
yeah,
six.
I'm sure it's one of their biggest markets. It has
Up by 6%. So,
Okay.
so it's
So, yeah, they're doing fine.
it's just United States, but it's a massive number. We're not talking about like 5-10%.
right.
35%
down from last year
is
with the Switch
huge.
1.
Yeah. Let's talk about that in a little bit more detail. You mentioned it a second ago. That was last year. The Switch 1's last year, right? Of its big hurrah. That was the last like hurrah for sales for Switch 2. It didn't get a price decrease. Not like nothing happened. In fact, it got a price increase later on, but no price decrease last year. It was still the same MSRP it was for the previous 8 years of its life, right? That's significant. That's significant because the Switch 2, new console, you'd think the first year holidays be a big deal. Don't you think that would be the case? I mean, I would have thought so.
Yeah, well, you would think, but I mean, without getting crazy political about this, things were a lot different last Christmas than they were this Christmas.
What could you
As far
ever
as our
possibly
economy-
mean, Drip?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I mean,
If you're in the
don't
United
need to get
States,
into all the dirty
we're not going to get into
details,
it, but if
but,
you're
like,
in the States, you know it's
fuck,
obvious.
man. Yeah.
You know what's
Like,
going on here.
Jesus Christ. People don't have fucking money. I mean, when you're talking about a 300, and that was before the price went up on the Switch 1, right?
Yeah, right.
It was still, the OLEDs were still $350, and you could probably find them cheaper than that. That's a doable price. But when you're talking $100 more, and that's before you even buy a game. You're at $450 before you even have a game. If you want a game, you're at $500. And as I said, things were a lot different last Christmas than they were this past Christmas as far as financials for most people in the United States. I would say that has a very, very that's huge. That's a huge portion of why this is happening, I would imagine, because you only see it here.
Yeah, I this is more politics, but I'm not going to get specifics. Don't be afraid of anybody. But what I'm going to say is, I don't think it's actually that different than last year. What I think is different, I don't think people's wallets, their bank accounts, I don't think they're that different than last year. I think last year they're probably hurting almost as much, if not as much as last year. I don't think it's much worse. It depends who you are, of course. I'm not, I'm not going to, we're not going to get into the politics side of it. But I will say that what's contributing to it more than anything is the fear. It's because there's a lot of fear right now, and people are scared for what could happen because of the erratic decisions that were made in the past year. Anything can happen. Just like how I think you kind of alluded to it, like the Switch 2 almost got delayed, right? It almost got delayed, and price was almost increased more because of the tariff scares.
They were like,
the entire world was scared. The entire world economy was scared, but especially our local economy here in the United States was very much like in limbo of like what to do, what not to do. So all that to be said, this year, one year after
things have gotten better as the year went on.
No. 1 year later, it's only gotten more confusing and more scary, and anything could happen at any time for the worse. I don't see anything better really happening for the regular man. If you're a regular dude which is about 99% of you who live in the United States, and probably 100% of people who listen to the show, if you're a regular person, you should be worried and scared about what could happen, because we don't know what could happen.
It's all up in the air.
And we're not saying anything that's not obvious. Look at the numbers.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
that,
Well, I mean, yeah,
we're
that's
talking
obvious.
about
It's
we're
very
talking
obvious.
about this not because we want to, but because look at the number: 35% drop this year to last year. I mean, what's changed? We know
You know
what's
what I'd like?
changed.
I'm actually curious now that we're actually like
There-
talking about
well,
this.
I'm sorry. I want you
on
to
the
talk.
show here.
I want you to talk about this, but I want to mention one more thing too, because I'd be remiss if I
Okay.
didn't. The other
Go
big
for it.
factor in this, and we'll probably allude to this more as well. The Switch 1 is cheaper than the Switch 2. I think it's a big obvious one we kind of just ignore. We went straight to the politics and then talk about the obvious one. The Switch 2
Yeah.
costs more. The Switch 2 just costs more.
Oh
So
yeah,
obvi-
that's how we got into it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's $100 more before you even buy a game.
Right. So then that's an obvious
So-
one too.
Yeah.
So go ahead and
And
go.
I mean, it's just well, okay. And then I'm wondering, now that we're talking about this, and of course our conversation alludes to just the Nintendo Switch because that's what we talk about here. But like, I'm sure you could go look at everything year to year, and things that maybe have come out that predicted that they were going to have bigger sales and maybe didn't. I'd say it's not just Nintendo that's having this issue. Bigger problems though. Bigger problems to come. This is kind of I do want to touch on this stuff because we haven't even seen this part of it yet, and I know we're going to get into that in our next little segment here, a little bit about the price, but we are still we're still just in the very beginning of all this this memory issue this RAM issue that we're about to start
Yeah.
going through. We're just in the infancy of that. That's going to make things much more difficult, and not only just for like I know we're going to talk about the price of the Switch. I don't even want to go there. I want to go a little bit more broad because it's not just your Switch that needs RAM, that needs memory. It's everything. Like even if you don't game, like your phone needs that. Everything that you use basically that is an electronic needs that stuff. That's going to affect the price of everything else, which if everything else you're getting is raising in price, that doesn't help the Nintendo Switch 2 that's also going to be raising in price. It's like, okay, well that thing, I got to pay for this, I got to pay for that. Like if you're on the fence about a Switch 2 that's $450 and then all of a sudden you're like, well shit, my refrigerator went out. And you go to buy a refrigerator and like, holy shit, why is this refrigerator so expensive? Oh, because it's got this extra little thing in here that has to be in there because it's a smart fridge. Or this TV that's smart TV. I need a new TV more than I need a Switch, but holy shit, the price of TVs has gone up because all this, because of the RAM shortage. And it's not just going to be
Well,
RAM.
they're going up. They're not. I haven't seen that affected yet. Just TV specifically.
No, but it will.
Keep
It's
going
gonna
with your
happen.
point. It will
But
happen.
it's going to happen. This is inevitable at this point. And it's not
Everything.
just going to be RAM. It's going to be every bit of storage. This is going to affect the Switch as we've talked about
the
in
tech
several different ways. But
the tech industry, quote unquote, the tech industry
As a
is going to
whole.
be as a
As a
whole.
whole, yes.
Obviously, when you go to the grocery store in our country, when you go to the grocery store, when you go to Walmart, go to anywhere to buy anything, it's gone up. Everything's gone up in price from last year. That's a fact. So that
Yeah.
is, but
We're just about to see that.
that's a general one, right? That's the general one. This
Yeah.
is now it's hitting us specifically, not because of tariffs. Like that was because of tariffs and economic uncertainty, right? But now in tech specifically,
Yes.
things are guaranteed to go up by more than
yes,
they already
and for
have
those of you who don't know
because
why,
of the RAM shortage. We did a whole video on it, Drip. We did. A
yeah,
whole
it's
fucking video.
because of the AI boom. These facilities that these data centers that they're making for AI need all the RAM they can get. So they're buying up everything. Companies that used to make consumer RAM just left the consumer market. They're just going straight into these AI companies and supplying them, which makes those RAM sticks that you were buying for, $70 for the pair now triple, quadruple the price at this point. So it's all going to trickle down, and it's not just going to be the RAM. It's going to start being every part of something like that runs a computer, and it's going to go to the Switch. We've already got issues where we see the Switch 2 is probably going to go up in price before this. That's before this problem.
Yeah.
As you said, they had to almost delay the launch in the United States because they didn't know what was going to happen with the tariffs. We got by that one. We dodged a bullet with that one. Not out of the woods with that yet. We're still going to be dealing with that part of it, but now there's a whole nother part on top of it. I mean, I would say, I mean, at this point, I think we need to go into it. I would say, in my opinion, a price hike for the Switch 2 in 2026 is inevitable.
Well, I do want to talk about the price hike, and we'll get there. It is good, but there's one more. Did we talk about the stock price plunge? Because that's also a big factor in this as well. Because it's not just like dudes on internet inbox on your screen making opinions here. Look at what's going on in the stock market. The stock market for the Nintendo's stock prices have plunged by up to 33%. Of course, that's a variable thing that changes. But
Nintendo themselves have said it's because of several reasons. One, which we're going to have to talk about this at some point too, is because they don't have a big, what they call a big Western, like a big system selling Western game, which is going to be a 3D Mario or a 3D Zelda, the big ones. Mm-hmm. Like they don't have one, or a Smash Brothers or something like that. You know what I mean? Something that's going to sell systems. Like, I'm sorry, like Metroid Prime 4 is not a system seller. Metroid, the franchise, is not a system seller.
Could have been.
Donkey Kong is not a system seller. Mario Kart, okay. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's hard to argue against it.
It just proved that it wasn't. I mean, okay, I take that back. I immediately said that, and I take it back immediately because it did sell lots of systems.
Yeah, I mean,
it did sell lots of systems. However, it's not selling a whole lot right now. But is that because Mario Kart was the game that they should have released at launch, or was it because everyone was going to buy Switch 2 already anyway?
Yeah, that's an interesting take, and we'll see as we go. I think that's TBD. You know,
yeah,
we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with that. But I do think, one of the reasons they said that they think, and other people have definitely said, you know, the possible price hike is another reason that investors are scared. They're worried. Another reason, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I do know this. I do know that at the end of the year, when it's it's almost a market reset. There are a lot of people who sell. Like, that people are dumping Nintendo stock because that kind of happens at the end of the year with some stuff. Now, I'm not an expert on this. I'm not going to pretend that I am, but I do know that happens. So there could be a little bit of that. I'd still, as much as this number has changed, I still think with all of the things we've talked about just in the time we've been live here, all those together, I mean, it paints a picture of what's kind of happening here. I mean, it's not that the Switch 2 is bad, and it's not that people don't care about it. It's not that people don't want it. It's expensive. So it doesn't, it's not that, oh, there's a Switch Lite for $200, like an impulse buy. You know, there's no impulse buy at $500. You know what I mean?
No, it's planned. It's a planned purchase.
Exactly. So you've got that completely off the table as an impulse buy. Things in the United States right now are just, they're dicey, man. It's up in the air. We don't really know what's going on. And Nintendo is at fault here because they don't have a system seller out right now. They don't have a game that's like, I have to buy the Switch 2 because if I don't play, you know, whatever game, I will not be able to live the rest of my life. There's not a game on the system right now that is doing that for most people.
Because most people who this is, like the people who aren't buying Switches, the reason in the United States why it went down by 35%, it's not people who don't have Switches, period, and aren't buying them. It's mostly people who already have a Switch. I mean, how many millions of people bought a Switch strip? What's the crazy numbers we're at right now?
I don't remember.
It's like 160 million, good billion, right? It's a lot. There's a lot. Like Nintendo, if Nintendo just sold to 65% of Switch 1 owners, they'd be fucking happy. I mean, that's like if they sell 100 million units of Switch 2, that's not a failure by any stretch of the imagination. It's like 45% less from the previous console, which you on surface is like that's you going down a lot. No, it's only because that system sold like crazy. Switch 2, if it sells half, it's like a little disappointing, but they're still making lots of money. I exactly. I was going somewhere with that, and I kind of forget exactly.
I mean, the point is the trajectories. We're still fine, and I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to jump to that yet, but I mean, we can talk about the price. I mean,
Well,
we can go back to that. The
Yeah, yeah,
price
because
hike.
you were going to take it to the price side.
It's happening. It's happening.
Is it though?
I did. Yes, dude, it's happening. It's happening. They
I-
have to. They're not going to be able to get around it.
So
And I tell you when it's gonna
hold on.
happen.
I agree that it's going to happen, but are you saying it's happening in 2026? Because I actually would hesitate to say it will happen in 2026.
Yeah, I'd say I'm guessing. I'm going to guess around July is when it'll happen. They want it to be far enough away from the holidays to where it's like, you kind of forget about it when you're holiday shopping. Let it just, they don't want to do it in like October. And then, everybody's holiday shopping. It's like, well, fuck, I don't want that anymore. They got to do it. But I saw somewhere today, because I knew we were going to be talking about this today. I did start scouring the internet, looking at, different people's opinions on this stuff. And I did find some stuff where some people from Nintendo were being interviewed and talking about what they were doing with stock and things like that. And they say that right now, as far as like already paid for, don't have to worry about a price increase. This is what we can sell them for. They're good for about 2 quarters. So till March and then till July. Around July, June is when we're going to start having problems where they're going to be bringing over newly manufactured consoles that they've had to end up paying more money for either the parts, the tariffs, whatever it ends up being, but they're not going to be able to swallow it all. They're not.
Are they swallowing though right now? Because
Right now I think they're fine.
Have they not? Well, right now is in 2026. Like, have they not stockpiled enough parts? And do they not have?
Right.
Have they not stockpiled enough units as well that are on shelves?
No, that's what I'm saying. They're good for what they have as far as parts stuff paid off for 2 more quarters, roughly.
Is that you pulling that out of your ass?
That's
And
halfway
you
through
know
this
something
year.
I don't know.
What's that?
Are you pulling that out of your ass, or do you actually know something I don't know? Like
No,
the 2
heard
quarters.
people. That's what I saw today. I don't know if it's 100% true. I'm just giving you the information I saw today.
I mean, I believe it. I believe that they have for at least 3 quarters. I mean, like, I want to see some data on that before I agree with that. I tend to think,
like I said,
my opinion.
I'm no expert. I saw it. It made sense. I trust the person I heard it from. So I mean, that's why I say, like, at that point, once we get to that point where they are starting to, start ordering more parts, and that time is coming or has already come. They're already dealing with it. But I mean,
someone, I think it was Jeff. I was on Jeff's show, which I believe comes out tomorrow. I'm gonna get a link to that at some point here. It'll be, if you're listening to the show after the live stream, the link should be in the description. Jeff was one who I think pointed out to me this is that they probably already, that's actually for Steam related, not Nintendo, but Nintendo probably made deals for not just months, but years for these parts, right? I mean, they don't just like make a quick deal and then it's like it only lasts a few months and it's over. They probably make a deal. They probably made a deal for all these parts that they're using right now and will be using in the next couple years. I would think they made these deals for these prices probably like over a year and a half to 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
so like there's probably contracts to prevent these. There's probably contracts that prevent the prices from fluctuating too much, at least for a year.
I don't know.
And if not more than
maybe
that.
for a set amount of time. But as volatile as everything is right now, I don't see any company making those types of deals for years and years out right now.
Not years and years.
You're stupid.
Not years and years.
Terrible thing to do right now.
Not years and years. Also, but like a year and a half, 2 years ago was way different than right now. There was no, like, I mean, maybe the industry smelled it coming, but there was no way that they were like, well, what if there's a RAM shortage in 2 years? Like, that wasn't like in the cards.
Okay, the RAM shortage thing came out of left field. We should have probably seen that coming though.
It's left field for the consumer, but for the industry, I don't think it was that left field. Like for you and me, it was out of left field. But this was they saw this coming a few months, if not a year out. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make, I think Nintendo has enough parts that if they've already bought that haven't been made into a Switch, plus the units that are already out there in the wild on shelves, at least United States, that I don't think there's a concern really to raise the price at this point, and this point is 2026. And I hear your point. I want to hear you're contrary to me more specifically, but a couple reasons why I think this. Obviously there's already a lot of stock out there here.
There is
can
a
they
lot.
can they afford Nintendo? Can they afford to raise the price? I mean, look at what just happened in the United States. Can they afford to say, give me another $50, another $100 on top of $450? Can they afford to? It's a legitimate question. Because
I think
you
the answer is
get
yes.
you get to the point that you get to a point where you isolate the market for yourself. If you look at Xbox, Nintendo drip, look at Xbox.
Okay.
Is pulling because
I
drip
agree with you.
because I'm not done yet. So it's like because we all pretty much knew the price was going to be $400. I don't think that was the price. I think that they changed the price last minute due to the market conditions. They just didn't say it. I think $399 was the price. And the Switch one was never supposed to go up by $50. I think the Switch one was supposed to stay at its price, and the Switch 2 come in at $100 more than that. And that it was supposed to be $299, $399. Instead, it turned into $349, $400 for the OLED, and $450 for the Switch 2. That's what it turned into. They already raised the price. So there's already a price increase as it is. And the RAM thing could cause a higher price increase. However, like we're talking about here, I suspect that there's enough parts and units out there already to that's probably going to be an issue, and potential deals that last X amount of months or years. I don't think it's going to be a problem for 2026. I also don't want it to, and I'm not by any means. I'm not by any means an expert. You guys know that there might be some new people watching the show tonight.
I'm not out here
by
like,
no
God,
means
please, Nintendo, raise the price $100.
Yeah, but by no means does Drip or I actually know anything what we're talking about. We just are talking, but we have just been doing this show long enough and been looking in the industry long enough to just have opinions that are not more valid than just average Joe who doesn't pay attention. We pay attention. So because we're paying attention, we have some educated guesses.
I'm going to disagree with you on this because I think they are going to raise the price in 2026. Again, I think it's going to be July or June, far enough away from the holiday to where you'll forget about it by then and they'll still be buying it. And you ask, can they afford to do that at this point? Is it a smart idea? And I am going to say yes, and go back to something that we've already talked about, which will kind of take us into our next conversation here. The reason they can do it is because we've already talked about this. They have not put out a system seller yet, but they're going to. Saying they're not going to put out Nintendo's going to put out a 3D Mario at some point here. No shit. Of course they are. Yes, they definitely are. This is guaranteed to happen. That's a system seller. That gets systems in people's hands. And that's the type of game that's like, okay, this new 3D Mario, I've been waiting on this for where are we at now? 9 years? Long time. I've been waiting on this forever. Nope. I didn't buy one at launch, but I'm sure as fuck gonna buy one now. Oh, it's $50 more? I don't care. I'm buying it. I'm playing this. No way am I missing this. Or, even a Zelda. Of course, we're not going to get the next 3D Zelda this year, but there's a very good chance we get Ocarina of Time, which I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That is a system seller. That's a remake that would do new Zelda game numbers. And I think that's probably the only Zelda remake they could ever do that's going to do new Zelda game numbers. It's the highest rated game on Metacritic, largely known to be the best video game ever. It changed everything about 3D game. It is the fucking blueprint. There's nobody who doesn't like that game. And if you don't like that game, it's because you're young and you don't like the controls.
All right, hold on. All right. We know who you're attacking here. But
I never said anybody's name.
I want to say this as well before we move on to games that need to come out this year, because prediction, we're moving into that territory. Before we get that far, I want to say this too. As of right now, I don't see that being a problem. However, in relation to the price increase on Switch 2 in 2026, as of now, January 14th, 2026. I don't feel like that's a future. Wow, we're in the future, Drip. I don't feel like
I know, dude. It's crazy.
Oh, your camera froze, by the way. Oh, we're good. I don't feel like that's an issue as of now. I do hold the possibility to change my mind as things change, because things will change. Right now is not what's happening right now is not guaranteed to be happening in 3 days, let alone 6 months. So like 6 months from now, when you think a price increase could happen, I don't necessarily disagree with you that things can change. I'm saying as of right now, the way things look to me right now, and the way I feel things are happening and what I think is happening that I just can't know. I don't think the price will be increasing. However, like I said a second ago, I'm bringing this into the argument as well as that things have been changing. Things will change.
Fast.
So like fast. Right. So like it's not like if it does happen, I'm going to be like, I thought it wouldn't happen. Yeah. No, I'll be like, oh, well, yeah, of course it happened. I'll be like, of course it happened. I'm not saying that it's impossible by any stretch of the imagination.
No, I totally get what you're saying. I just think it's going to happen way sooner than you think. I do think it's going to happen this year. I think they're going to be able to get away with it because they're going to be like, here's a fucking badass game that you gotta play.
And one more little monkey, is that the right term? Another little wrench to throw in here as well is Xbox is the laughing stock. They're not competing anymore. But talking about Sony and Nintendo, how can Nintendo really try to sell a console that is as expensive, if not more expensive, than the PS5? This console. How can they expect to sell this console at or more than the PS5? And the PS5 has already gotten its own price hike. We're talking about the Switch 2 succeeding that even. And Sony, it sounds, I've seen reports out there because I'm paying attention. I've seen reports that Sony is not raising the price anytime immediate. In this immediate future, they're not raising the price. They've raised the price already. They've raised the price already. It sounds to me that what I'm reading and seeing is that Sony is good for now. How long for now lasts, I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's kind of like Nintendo. But it seems like Sony has a lot of parts stockpiled and they're good to go for like 2 years. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think I get your point there. Because it's a valid argument to make.
Going back to like, can they afford to? Like, that's another thing I didn't kind of mention. I just mentioned now. Yeah. Can they afford to? Can they afford to overprice the PS5? I don't know if they can. You don't have to. Nobody in the chat. Nobody in the chat. Nobody in the chat needs to tell me that like, well, they're different systems and this that you can't use the PS5 in the toilet. I get all that. I'm not trying to say.
Well, no,
I'm not,
and that's true. Here's the thing. This is still the thing, and I know that it's not everything, but it's like we're looking at this Microsoft, PC, PlayStation situation. Microsoft puts their games everywhere now. PlayStation is starting to put their games everywhere, and they're going to have more of a strategy with that going forward. We are going to see that. Nintendo is not. They're not. So no matter what, obviously there are other ways. There are other ways to play Nintendo games if you really want to. I wish I had my pirate sound still. I don't have that.
Yarr.
There are other ways to do it. But as of right now, when they announced that big system seller, there's one place to play it. There's one way to get that game in your house or while you're sitting on the toilet. There's one way to do it legally. That's what they still have. That's a big fucking card to play still. It really is. Because, think about this. I know there's going to be a bunch of people in comments later when this goes up, and maybe even right now, I'm not reading it, but maybe even right now, I'll pirate it. Who cares? I'll pirate it. But do you think, who's your made up little Timmy?
Little Timmy, little Jimmy. Twins.
Yeah, you think little Timmy or little Jimmy's mom is going to go fucking pirate the Ocarina of Time remake? No. No. Susan is not going to do that. She's not. She has no idea what that even means. And little Timmy and little Jimmy don't know how to do that shit, but they know that game is badass and they want to play it. They still have that. That is a very, very big card that none of these other companies have to play, especially now that they're going to start putting their stuff elsewhere. I mean, that gives Nintendo a little bit more of an edge to be able to do a price hike if they need to do it. Again, I want to go back to what we talked about a little bit earlier and say I don't want this to happen, but it's going to happen.
I don't think what you're saying really makes a lot of sense to me, because the little Timmy, little Jimmy thing, that's the example of young kids whose parents don't know anything about gaming, who don't have a system yet. That's them, okay? So with that knowledge, if they don't have the console yet, they're not going, what I want to play right now, mommy, is Ocarina of Time Remastered.
Okay.
Like they're not
Mario 3D, because it's marketed everywhere on every single channel my kids watch. I can tell you that. Nintendo is marketed heavily.
I gotta be, hey Drip, I'm sorry to burst
this, that.
Unless their dad is my brother, who's knows a lot about games, has games, and shares his game with his kids, or you, same idea. I don't think these kids are looking for the Mario. That's us when we were kids. We were looking for the Mario. The kids these days are not looking for the Mario. If they're shared with these things, yes. But the kids these days, they're playing Roblox, Fortnite, Minecraft.
Cool.
That's what they're going to. That's what they're. That's what the kid. If the kids who don't have a console are looking to get a console, Nintendo's not the first option anymore. It's not. It's whatever they can get their hands on that plays Fortnite, Roblox, or Minecraft. That's what is selling to kids these days. And if Nintendo has those games, then they'll get that. But if it's the right price, because mommy's gonna go. This mom doesn't know anything about gaming, so they're like, but little Jimmy, like you can get this guy for $450. And that's what you're going to get because it's way cheaper. And this thing as in the PS5, right? Like we're going to get you the PS5 because I think you're going to break this Nintendo thing. It's not strong enough. You're going to break this. I'm just looking at this. I know you broke my phone already this year. I'm not getting you this fucking thing that you're going to throw on the ground and break. I'm going to get you the thing that you're not going to be allowed to touch, except for the controller. That's what you're going to get. Or we found it. Or your uncle, your uncle who you don't talk to, bought a PS5 and he sold me his old PS4. For a song, so you're getting a PS4, and they're like, "Does it play Minecraft, Roblox, Fortnite?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Great. That's what's that. So like,
okay, that's a fair argument. It's a fair argument to make. I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I see a price hike coming this year. Whether it helps them or hurts them, we'll see. It may be inevitable, and it may just need to be something they have to do, which sucks. I hope it doesn't happen. But my guess is June, July, we're going to see it. I think it's going to happen.
So the guy in the hat figure drawing, am I really acting like the Switch 2 is kicking rocks? Is that how I really am acting? I don't think I am. Me. Do you think? Am I kicking rock?
I'm the hat guy too.
I'm not. That's true. We both. I forgot. I don't think. I am. I think you should just hear what I'm saying. I love the Switch 2. And you might be new here. You don't know. Drip and I, we're Switch 2 homers. We're everyone calls us the opposite of that. They call us the shills, right? I mean, we're not that either, but that's what they call us. You calling us the opposite of that is kind of fun.
Someday
you calling us the opposite of that is actually funny to me because people call us the opposite of that. Anyway,
okay, either way. Listen,
I just think I'm being a realist, and I think I'm being honest. I don't think kids are buying Mario. I think the kids want Fortnite, and they can get into Mario after they get the system. If they get Nintendo.
I think you're right about that. That is something that I did not actually put into my thought process there, but you're right because I see it. I mean, my youngest, who still plays Fortnite on her Switch Lite, also she wanted this is like the craziest thing ever. She wanted she wanted the way to listen to music. Like she can't have a phone. So I got her we used to call it an MP3 player. Now it's just a media player. It's basically it's like a little
screen, like an iPod?
It's got
like iPod Touch, but
kind of like an
modern
iPod.
day?
They don't make iPods anymore, but yeah, like that type of thing. That type of thing. But she plays Roblox on that. Like this. Yeah. All the time. Loves it.
I mean, they're born these days with parents just handing them over their phones.
Joey
and
Pitt says maybe Mario needs to come to Fortnite. Thank you. Come on, Nintendo.
Yeah, this is a different conversation for a different episode, but I don't feel like Nintendo is, while their games are still kid friendly and great for kids, and I think kids should be playing Nintendo games, I don't think the way that we were when we were kids is not the way that these kids are. They're not looking at Mario and they're going, wow, that's what I want to play. That's not what they're doing anymore. They're looking at Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft. That's what they're looking at and going, wow, that's what I want to play. And I think it's just a hard fact. I don't think it's really an opinion. I feel like that's what's going on with the kids right now.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean, Mario Odyssey still sold pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild still sold pretty great. Tears of the Kingdom sold great.
Yeah, not saying
Animal
anything.
Crossing
Not taking anything
great.
away. I'm not taking anything away from that. Not even remotely.
No, I'm
close.
saying the market's still there. It's not like the market's dried up for Nintendo.
No,
They're going to be just fine. So let's move on.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nintendo being just fine in 2026, what are your thoughts on 2026 as far as the things that will make Nintendo be just fine this year? What do you think we're going to see? What's the big game? Let's start there. That's the easiest one to go with here. What is the big game, the holiday game 2026? What are we going to be buying in late October, early November? Everybody's going to be buying for Christmas for their kids.
I'm gonna get the obvious one out of the way first. I think it might be Pokemon this year.
Oh, yeah.
Gen 10.
That's right.
I think that's happening.
That's right.
I mean, they rush these things out. We know that. Are they going to go a year without? Are they going to go back to back 2-year cycles with missing a year of Pokemon? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, I think you're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, we got a Pokemon Presents. That'll be coming up in February, right? Late February, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they've said the date
there.
or whatever, but it's on Pokemon Day, right?
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking that like 10 minutes ago. But after you asked the question, I'm like, wait a minute. I think I do know.
Yeah, shit, that's a huge one.
That is the one that it's not Nintendo's. Obviously, it's Nintendo published, but it's not. It's obviously
but that's
Pokemon.
A system
Pokemon
seller.
its own beast, but it is a system seller. Yes,
That's a system seller.
Yes, it is. We had third party stuff coming that we know already. There's like Elden Ring on it's supposed to be coming. It was supposed to come last year, but it was such in a poor state they had to delay it.
Dust Bloods, all that. Yeah,
Dust Bloods.
That one. That's a system exclusive. We've got that. I mean, yeah, we know some of the stuff. Okay, I think my big one, honestly, you're right. The Pokemon thing. That is probably going to happen. I didn't even think about that. That's another Borderlands 4. I don't think that one's going to do all so well on Switch 2.
It's also already out, and like we're more so. Excuse me, the Sprite Zero Sugar is giving me the hiccups and the burps. That's less hype on that one because it's already been released, and it's the only reason it's not on Switch 2 right now is because they had issues with getting it to run properly. So like they delayed the shit out of it. So I don't want to take anything away from Borderlands 4. I think it's gonna be a great game. I'm just saying. It's not like exclusive Dust Bloods. That's going to be huge for Nintendo because it's an exclusive, and there's so many people. It's such a big market to hit that like Souls-like experience. People love those games. Yeah. That's going to sell systems because it's only for that system.
I think not what I want to see, but I think what would absolutely crush this year. And I actually saw somebody say something about one of mine in the chat here. 2 games would solve every fucking problem Nintendo has right now for this year. Because you can't do everything in one year, right? There's 2 games. You put out a 3D Mario, which I honestly don't think is going to happen this year, and we'll get to what I actually think is going to happen. 3D Mario and Switch Sports Resort. Those 2 games.
I'm sorry. I have to address this. Is this a joke? Because it's a good one if it is. To take nothing away from Pal World, the comment is, excuse me, but nobody cares about Pokemon anymore. Pal World has obliterated Pokemon. That'd be a funny joke if it was a joke. In reality, you have to know Pokemon is the biggest franchise on planet Earth, actually the universe, because there is
By
no
a
other
long shot.
there is no inhabited planets that we know of besides Earth. So of inhabited planets,
Yes. By a
planets,
long,
which is only this
long,
one,
long stretch.
it is the biggest money-making disaster, whether we like it or not. So I know it has I know. Listen. You don't think Drip and I have heard Drip and I we're not even big Pokemon fans of the game. Like you don't have to tell us about your anyway. We should move on.
Let's move on.
I just think it's funny. I think it's funny.
Did you hear what I said? Because I don't think you did.
No.
The two games that would solve Nintendo's problems this year: a 3D Mario and Switch Sports Resort. Another Switch sports game. And you may be like, I don't know about that. Go
what was the
look
first
at
one?
What
was the first one? You said
3D Mario.
3D Mario and Switch Sports.
And
For this year?
New Switch Sports.
For this year?
For this year. I think that would solve all their problems this year. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I want you to. If
3D Mario
you can,
would.
if you're.
But,
yeah. Well, dude, listen, Switch Sports. Go look at the sales numbers. If you don't know, go look at the sales numbers.
I'm gonna look at them.
Switch Sports.
As you talk, I'm gonna look at them right now.
You won't be surprised. You won't be surprised how many
it's a great. I won't be. It's a great game. It's a great game.
The nostalgia,
overshadowed.
The
overshadowed.
Wii Sports nostalgia just it did a lot for that, and there wasn't even that many sports. They could really take that up a notch. What's the sales numbers on that?
Chat, I'm going to wait for chat and those in the comments before I say it. Go ahead and comment this. But chat, go ahead and tell me what you think. Don't Google it. Tell me what you think in the chat. And then we're gonna get back to the sales number. I'm gonna reveal it in a minute after chat gives us their
it's
guesses
quite high
on how many it's sold. So go ahead. Keep going though.
Okay, so I think those two would be the games. Like all this stuff we're talking about. Oh, well, they don't have a system seller out. That would do it. And those are two games that you know for sure are gonna sell systems. Wii Sports, Switch Sports, whatever it is, that's gonna sell. People are gonna buy it so they can bowl.
Yeah,
because that even though they can't right now, it's not the new thing, and they're gonna say, "Oh, look at that!
I want a bowl."
Yeah, yeah,
I like it.
So
and Drip, not to mention as
year,
well, not to fail to mention, it's also not a full price game. At least Switch Sports.
Yeah.
Switch Sports was what, $40?
I believe. Yeah, I think it was 40.
Which is expensive, but it's not 60 or 70 as they are now. So like, even if it comes out at 50, that's a lot more palatable than a $70 game.
Yeah.
So that's another power that game has. But Mario's the big one.
I think that the Switch Sports Resort or whatever it is they want to do is probably a better bet this year than a 3D Mario. I don't think they're going to do 3D Mario this year. I really don't. I think they've already told us what they're going to do for the 40th. They're going to let that run. They're going to do their thing. They're going to start promoting the movie that comes out.
The movie
April,
comes
right?
out. Yeah. The movie comes. That's the Mario for this year. As much as it's crazy to say, I agree with you that I don't think Mario's coming out this year.
I don't think they're going to push a game.
I said that last year. Johnny hated me for saying that, but I'm like, I'm sorry, man. It just doesn't look like it's happening.
I don't think it's happening this year. I really don't. I don't. The Switch Sports thing could, but I do honestly think, and I know it's a rumor, and I know we don't have any fucking proof yet, but I really, really think Ocarina of Time is going to be that game at the end of the year that comes out and it could still come out in the summer and be massive for holiday sales. That's a system seller. That's a system seller.
Depending on how much work they're doing to the game, if it's a complete overhaul remake, I mean, that could be next year, but they could announce it this year and promote it going into next year. I see a world with Ocarina.
No, this thing, if they're talking about it in the February Direct, it's done. I think this thing has been worked on for a long time.
You're not wrong. Yeah,
this is something that's done. It's ready to go.
You're not wrong about that. And I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a early next year game, like a January.
I don't
February
see that.
game.
I don't see this type of game having that long of a lead. They want to talk. It's not like they've got to introduce us to new mechanics or like shit that's new in the game that we know the game. It's a remake. It's just fucking beautiful. And they're like, here it is. It's gorgeous. It comes out in October. Buy your fucking Switch 2 now before we hike the price up in July. I think that's the big one. that's the very, very big one. The Zelda 40th stuff I think is going to do good. I think that's going to be Zelda fans are going to eat well this year. I think we got screwed for the 35th. I think the 40th they're finally going to give us the good stuff. Is there any other games that we don't know of right now that you hope to see in 2026? That's a tough one, I know.
I mean, I feel like I pulled Pokemon out of my butt cheeks, so like
that's
I'm
realistic,
sticking with that
though.
one as far as the big one. Small things, I think Switch Sports is a great idea. I don't
to get
see
that one out early.
I don't
would
know
be
what
good right now.
A game that's not a Zelda game. I have no idea what. I'm not talking 3D Zelda because we're still years away from 3D Zelda, but I don't see
New
anything.
3D Zelda.
Yeah, new 3D. I don't see any big games coming out this year for Nintendo. I'm not saying, I'm not predicting that. I'm saying I don't see them. Like, what games when they get announced, if they get announced, I assume they will. There will be something, not 3D Mario, but there will be something big that comes out. Kind of like Donkey Kong surprises. There'll be a game that'll come out this year that's big that'll surprise us. I just cannot for the life of me imagine what that would be. Other than Ocarina, we've talked about that already. Your crazy Zelda. It's mostly Zelda related in my brain because it's the Zelda 40th anniversary.
This.
Oh, hey, I got a good one because there's another franchise celebrating its 40th anniversary. That would be Mr. Luigi. So what if it's been 6 years? What if we get a Luigi's Mansion 4 in October?
I don't hate that idea. Okay, I mean that's not terrible. Okay, that's
we got
another
October,
one,
Luigi's Mansion 4, November, Pokemon, June or July, Ocarina,
and then Switch Sports in early summer or spring even.
Yeah,
like that's a year. That's a fucking good year for Switch 2. That's pretty damn good. You got a 3D Zelda that everyone loves, Switch Sports that's definitely going to sell systems, and that's going to sell like crazy. You want to put that number up?
Oh, yeah. The number is 16.27 million copies. 16 million copies of Switch
crazy.
Sports.
Yeah.
That's about 4
million.
That's about 4 Metroid Prime 4s probably in its life. Metroid Prime 4, if it's lucky, it'll sell 4 million.
Yeah.
So that's about 4 Metroid Prime 4s.
So there you go. So let's say we've built these 4 kind of tent poles for 2026. We've got Zelda remake, big Zelda remake. Splatoon Raiders too.
Hey, we haven't talked about games that are actually coming. There are games that are actually coming this year. I promise.
Yeah.
I just don't. None of them really grab me. I don't know about you, but
that's what I'm saying. Their lineup right now is like, okay, like it's fine, but there's nothing there that's like, oh shit, like that one.
It's certainly not games, whether you're a big fan of that franchise or not, and whether it's the Switch Sports. There's a lot of little franchises coming out this year as well. This is not to say we're demoting those games as inferior. We're just simply saying those games don't have don't have the biggest audience as like Zelda or Mario for Nintendo. Pokemon.
Well, yeah, I mean,
right?
yeah, we're talking about system sellers. Splatoon game is not a system seller. It's probably going to be fun. It's probably going to be cool, but it's not a system seller. It's just not. I mean, like Splatoon or not, that's reality. That it is what it is. Ocarina of Time, a proper remake of Ocarina of Time is a system seller. A Pokemon, the new Pokemon is a system seller.
Yeah.
You got, if you do a Switch Sports, that's going to sell systems. And then a Luigi's Mansion 4 on top of that. Let's say with everything we know right now, plus those 4 games, that turns Nintendo's first party lineup for 2026 basically completely around. Like that changes everything.
Yeah, so I have a list up here. I want to correct myself. It's 25 years Luigi's Mansion, not 40. But so this year, there are a bunch of milestones. There are some of them bigger than others. We have Pikmin's 25th, Luigi's Mansion's 25th, Animal Crossing's 25th. That could be a sleeper right there, dude. That could be a
No,
sleeper.
we've already got it. We've already got it. They're not
Pokemon's
doing any more
30th
with that.
anniversary. Pokemon every year is a fucking anniversary for them. They're always putting fucking games out. Persona, not Nintendo franchise, but it's their 30th year. Sonic, again, not Nintendo, but it's their 30th. Castlevania is their 40th, but again, not Nintendo. Kid Icarus, 40th anniversary. Dragon Quest, 40th anniversary. Metroid, 40th, and Zelda, 40th. I think of all this list of anniversaries of I feel like we have at least one big game coming from one of these this year. At least. Zelda it could be Zelda only. It could be Pokemon. It could be Luigi. I think in a perfect world we get a Ocarina of Time in November. We get a Pokemon in October, or flip that. Either way, it doesn't matter.
No. Luigi's Mansion has to be October.
Sorry, Luigi's Mansion, October. We got Pokemon in November, and Zelda in the summertime. I think that would
do it like August, and then we
Whenever.
get Switch Sports in
Whenever.
like July.
How about like next week? Because I want to play it. How about that?
Okay, cool. But I'm saying, you add with what we already know, you add those 4 games that we just decided on. You've got a hell of a year.
You do.
You've got a great year
You
for
do.
everybody. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what they do. I think if they wanted to save their asses completely and get out of the tiny hole that they're in, they're not. But if they wanted to change, everything that's happening with them right now, all they really need to do is just put out a 3D Mario. And yeah, the Switch Sports thing, it's done. But if they the Luigi's Mansion 4 one on top of that, and it is about that time too. I like
6
that.
years.
I like
It's also
that a lot.
it's also time for Animal Crossing. 7 years for Luigi. 7 years. It was 2019 that Luigi's
they
Mansion
just
came
gave
out.
us, dude. They just gave us today our holdover for Animal Crossing. We ain't seeing
Our
that
holdover
another
for
2
this year.
years. I bet it's 2 years away now, which sucks. But I bet it's a 2028 probably. I hope.
I don't know.
but-
I don't know. I feel like because again, it's probably going to be something that we haven't thought of in this episode or period. That's typically how
That's
this
true.
goes.
Yes. We know this for sure. We don't know what it is, but they're working on new franchises as well. They're trying new things we have no idea what they're
Yeah,
going to be.
wheelchair basketball.
We got arms. Yeah, okay. Dragon, just stop with that. Please stop. That was a joke from the
Should have
beginning.
added that to my
was
disappointing
awful.
games of the year. That was one of the very disappointing
Like,
game.
Jesus, that was. I played it in March whenever I got to go see the Switch 2 in New York. Even then, I was like, absolutely the fuck not. Like, no way. This is awful. I tried it once. I was like, get me up from this seat as fast as possible, please. This is fucking terrible. But think about like Arms. Arms was one they did on the Switch. That was, I mean, it didn't light the fucking world on fire, but it was cool.
Yeah.
It's on sale right now for $41 if you want to check it out.
I've never played it.
Shop.
Never played it.
It's fun. I've played it a few times. I didn't spend my own money on it. It wasn't fun enough to spend $60 on, but it was cool. I don't know. But then you look at like Splatoon. That was back on the Wii U. Right? Yes, Wii U.
Hey,
And look at it
Splatoon
now.
4. It's also time for Splatoon. I mean, they don't take too long between those games. I
Well,
mean,
they've got that spin-off coming this year. We'll see Splatoon. I don't think
You're
that's
right.
a
You're right.
2026
You're right.
thing.
You're right. You're right. Maybe 2027 for
Yeah.
Splatoon 4.
But I mean, yeah, look what Splatoon's turned into. Like we could have something this year that none of us have any clue about whatsoever. We could see it and be like, "Oh man, that looks like really interesting." And then later on this year, they give us more info. Like, "Holy shit, this looks cool!" And all of a sudden, we got another Splatoon. And then 5-6 years, we're on new Nintendo IP 3, and we're like, "Oh man, favorite franchise ever. Love this."
Yeah. Yep. Drip. I think this has been a fantastic episode. We could keep going, probably if we wanted to. However, we probably shouldn't. I think we're gonna kick it. Unless you have anything last words here, we're gonna kick it to the after show for the live audience.
the
So
after
don't go
show.
anywhere. For the live people, don't go anywhere. We're gonna hang out in the after show. We're gonna answer some questions. You guys can hound us about things that we're wrong about. And for those who listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere else that listen to podcasts or watching on YouTube, we're going to sign off for now, and we're going to catch you guys next week.
Later.
Don't go anywhere. The voice of Geeb says to stay right here. Go nowhere, but listen to this tasty outro song.
Every single show. Tread like Zelda. Speedless is slow.
Welcome to the after show. My name is Geeb, and this is Drip, and we did a whole fucking show. I'm going to shut it up now. Oh, wrong button.
Dude, what is going on with your computer? You are pausing and glitching over there hard.
I'm gonna click the old Control Alt Delete. I don't think it's the CPU. I think it's the internet tonight. No, it's the GPU. I don't know what's going on. I gotta figure this out. GPU says it's struggling, and it should not be struggling. So
Yeah, I can
there's
tell.
something.
I keep looking over at like your feed that you give me of both of us, and I can see me like tripping out, and then both
Yep.
of us are freezing up. I'm like, oh shit.
I didn't see both of us freezing up. That I didn't see. I saw you freezing
I don't
up.
know if it came through on the actual feed, but in Discord, yes, there were several times I looked over. We were both completely frozen.
Yeah, I did not see
It's
that.
whatever. It's fine. How's everybody doing in the
You.
chat? Tell me the sleeper game, the sleeper Nintendo franchise that you want to see in 2026. The one that's been forgotten. Give me your Star Foxes. That's mine. Mine's Star Fox. Give me a new Star Fox game. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm on the leaderboard for Star Fox 64 speedruns.
Where are you at on
No
that
big deal.
leaderboard?
I'm not actually on the leaderboard, but my time is close to like 46th. So no big deal.
I'm a casual runner. I'm not in the Olympics or anything, but you know, I
They call me, I wouldn't call
t-
myself a speed runner. I'm more of a
I
heavy
was-
jogger.
I went to the local high school, ran a few laps, and you know, I didn't. Of course, that's not official time, but if it was, I'd be among the best in the world. You know, no big deal.
Yeah. Hey, dude, listen. Okay, I did it live.
You did.
I did it live. There is live footage of me doing it on the internet, saved. We timed it. I did it several times because I beat it even faster. It was whenever they put it on.
Can we get a ban on Joey Pitts, please? Somebody, is there a mod in the chat? Can we ban Joey Pitts, please? Thank you very much. Have a good
Oh
evening.
God, your Eagles got pounded, didn't they? That sucks.
Predictable. This is predictable. I foresaw
I'm
it
sorry
happening.
to hear that. Hold on, I want to go back up here. We got Earthbound, 100%.
Ooh,
Jeff
good
agrees
one,
with
good
me.
one.
Star Fox, dude, Star Fox. Ooh, Wave Race. That would be a very cool one to see them do
Wave
something
race.
with. That would be good.
That would be
good.
great. Yeah. I got nothing. I'm sure if I thought about it some more. Oh, here's one.
Dude,
Here's one.
Star Fox is the one.
Oh, I got
Star
one. I got
Fox
one.
is the
Logan Paul.
one.
Logan Paul said that Pokemon should release a classic game. Do that. You didn't hear about that? You didn't hear about that? Well, apparently Logan Paul. I heard it's like fifth hand, so I don't really know what happened. But apparently Logan Paul, you know, the best guy ever. Yeah, he's cool. He said that Pokemon should put out a classic game, like a pixel art game. Fun. Fuck Logan Paul, by the way. But forget Logan Paul. How about that? How about that? How do you feel about that? Like Pokemon releasing a pixel art game.
I don't care. They can release it if they want. I will not.
I think it'd be a fun idea. I think it's a fun idea.
I will tell you what I will buy, involving the Pokemon Company, is maybe some of those new Lego sets.
Next
about that in
week
another video, but-
we'll probably be making a video about that probably early next week. So stay tuned for that. Separate
Yeah.
to the show on this
Yeah.
channel here. I want to thank the chat. We're not ending up yet, but I want to thank the chat. You guys have been popping tonight. I see a lot of new faces.
Thank you,
I see a
guys.
lot of new
Really
faces in the
appreciate
chat. Whether you guys are disagreeing or agreeing with us, it's fine. I encourage you to disagree all you like. Just don't be an asshole. I don't think anybody was an asshole tonight either. So good job, guys.
that.
Good
3DS
chat tonight.
Oculus Ocarina on Switch would be weird. I see. 3DS version wasn't that long ago. The 3DS version was 15 fucking years ago. 15 years ago. It was that long ago. It was. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it was. It was that. I just did a video on this. It was that long ago.
There
it
are
was
kids
15 years ago.
There are kids graduating high school this year that game was brand new to them when they were coming out of their mother's womb.
Yeah, it's old. It's old. And I do understand, like, oh, they had the 3DS version. It was a good version. It was a nice, updated, even. It's hard to say that's updated even for the time it came out because it was on the 3DS, and there were much higher quality versions of older games coming out. But it was a good one. I did like it. But
we ignored Yoshi, by the way. There is a Yoshi game coming out this year that looks soon. Actually,
yeah, Yoshi too. Yeah,
it looks
Yoshi
good. Not a system seller, not relevant to the argument we're trying to make, but does look good.
I like the art style though, so
That's the only thing I like about it is the art style. The gameplay is TBD for me.
But yeah, Ocarina of Time is not only, highly considered the best game ever. It is in desperate need
among the best
an
games
updated
ever.
Version.
I agree.
It is time. We're here. Like, do it. Right now
Ooh,
is the time.
do we see an extra screen accessory coming this year? That's a good point as well. We never even mentioned the fact that we could possibly see a 3DS this year, if not next year.
Oh yeah, the screen, the extra screen add-on thing.
We did mention
nice
Dust
idea.
Bloods. We mentioned Dust Bloods already. Call through the game. We did quickly, but we mentioned.
Yeah, we
it.
did talk about that one. We forgot Yoshi completely. We
did. Yeah.
Completely forgot. That's fine.
The screen thing.
Nobody's gonna buy. Everyone's gonna talk shit on the Yoshi game.
The screen thing has been coming out
all the way through.
The screen thing has been rumored for years. If you remember, like the months leading up to the Switch 2's inevitable release that we didn't know of at the time, Drew and I were talking about those leaks. The patents. The patents that were being released about the extra screen. We actually there's thumbnails on this channel. If you go back just not even that long ago, thumbnails of Switch 2 renders with second screens.
Oh yeah, that was like this.
Wasn't
time
that long?
last year.
It was exactly. No, because this time last year the Switch 2 we already saw what it looked like. It was January 5th, right?
Yeah, it's okay. We were still talking about
December. December of
we were
2024.
still talking about the possible screen add-on thing and when it would come out or if they would announce it. I remember when we talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right about that. Yeah.
That would be cool if they did that.
And Virtual Boy's coming out soon. Not that anyone's going to buy that.
They did that giant fucking thing for the Virtual Boy. So they're not going to give us a second screen so we can play fucking 3DS games? It doesn't even have to be touchscreen. That could be the one that's not touchscreen.
If you remember what I said that I feel like it was going to look like and function, I thought it was going to be similar to a case, right? Where it's like clips on the back with the hinge built in, obviously to make it work. It'll plug into, I thought, the top USB port, but now we know they can't work. It'll have to be the bottom USB port. I assume it does. I know the top is only for charging, but I wonder if they make an external screen work. Either way, I think it'll be like a case. Let it clip onto the back.
Yeah. Well,
look like a 3DS.
How much is that? How much is the Virtual Boy?
$100.
It is? So you're telling me you can sell that for $100, but you can't give us a second screen that doesn't even have to be fucking crazy quality.
My price was $100. I think $100 is.
Yeah. Okay. $100 for a screen that plugs in and clamshells down and gives you your 3DS games with two screens.
Or like $129.99, because of inflation. Good old Nintendo and good old economy reasons.
And you know what else? I know we're all like, oh man, GameCube games. But dude, we should all be very excited for Nintendo Wii games because that's next, and we already have we don't need anything to play those.
I'm not remotely excited for that, and I'll tell you why.
You're an anti-waggle boy, aren't you? Go home and stay there.
My flash is on.
Anti-waggle boy, you.
Johnny, how do I roll the ball? I don't know how to bowl. How do you bowl?
Oh, you gotta roll it back. You gotta take it back like this, and just like you're bowling in real life, honey. Just like you're bowling in real life.
I don't understand. How do we bowl?
Let's try tennis. Okay.
I don't understand.
Shut up. Okay. I understand your point, but I will also say that I played Twilight Princess for the very first time, and I stood the fuck up for every every boss battle. Stood the fuck up.
You know that they're still playing Wii's in nursing homes today, right? Like that's still happening.
Yeah. Hell
Like-
yeah.
I don't know how to bow. I don't know what to do. Johnny, how do I bow?
Yeah. So, I'm not excited for Wii at all.
I did play. Yeah, I played Twilight Princess backwards. I did, and I enjoyed every
did.
fucking second of it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That playthrough, that first playthrough of Twilight Princess, was my favorite playthrough ever because I was so fucking excited for the game. And you can sit back and chill when you're like walking around in the dungeons and doing stuff, but when you get the boss fight, man, you're like, oh shit, let's go.
Here's what I am excited about. I am excited for Wii coming to Switch 2 via emulation. So we get new Joy-Con, and the Joy-Con are just the nunchuck and the whatever they call this shit, like the waggle and the stick waggle.
The Wii, it's
like
the Wiimote.
The Wiimote and the stick waggle, and whatever.
The nunchuck.
Nunchuck and the waggle. And I'm very excited for that actually to buy
But dude,
that.
the
and not use
nunchuck
it.
had waggle too, because you could shield bump people with the nunchuck. Pow! And then Link would say boom and hit him with the shield, and they'd fall back.
I played Skyward
Yeah.
Sword a little bit with the on HD, right? So I mean, it's the same thing. But
Yeah, hey man,
Yeah.
Twilight Princess started that. It's a great time.
you guys really like your Skyward Sword. Well, let me tell you about. Because everyone thought Skyward Sword was the best, right? But I'm gonna tell you guys about Skyward Sword. Before Skyward Sword, there was this game called Twilight Princess. I'm goth, I would know, and I'm a big. I wear black all the time, so like Skyward Sword is like the baby version of Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess is like the goth version of Zelda, and that's my favorite. And whatever. You stand up for the bosses and go, yeah. I'm just making fun of you now. That's all I'm doing.
I know.
That's my goal.
I know.
My goal is to make fun of you.
I'm very aware of that. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out.
Do you see the bug flying around me? There's a bug that flew over here, flew behind my head. I don't know where this bug is at right now. I don't want to know what kind of bug it is because I don't like bugs. I think it's probably one of those stupid like not lanternflies, the red and black stupid bugs.
Yeah, it's a lanternfly, dude. We have not had those here like ever.
Not a lanternfly.
And I would go up to Pittsburgh and we'd be out like doing stuff. And I'd be like, what is that bug? God, it's a lanternfly. That's not far from. Why don't I have those in West Virginia? And for like a year, I didn't. And then recently, I'm home and I'm like, you fucking kidding me? What is that?
Yeah.
There's one right there. But they're like everywhere up around Pitt. Like you go to Kennywood, you get like. They're everywhere.
Do you know? Remember the big cicada boom?
Yeah.
A couple years ago. That was Illinois is like a hot spot. It was supposed to be like where I'm at now, roundabout. It was like supposed to be crazy cicadas. I remember thinking for like the entire summer that year, we didn't have the cicadas. Everyone's talking about the crazy cicadas. I'm like, I ain't got shit around here.
Don't see any, yeah.
But then like the next
I remember
year,
when we had them back.
I think
It was a long
ours were
time
just
ago.
like baby like delayed for some reason. Like there was the next year. It was like, what the fuck? There's all the cicada sound was overwhelming. It's like, oh, we just were a year late for some reason. Our cicadas were a year late.
Yeah, I remember we had them. I was in junior high, man. Kids were like grabbing them up off the ground and biting their heads off and shit. I was like, you guys are nuts. But,
Who the fuck were you hanging out with?
I mean, dude, you walking from class to class, they're everywhere. They're literally everywhere.
Why are you biting the heads off them? What is
the kids I went to school with? Jared Smolsky, that kid.
you calling it? Wow,
I
you
watched
giving
him
this? You
do
threw
it.
his government name out there. You must hate this guy.
I don't. I love him.
Why'd you
Good
throw
friend,
his
actually. I haven't
government
talked to him
name
in a while,
out
but-
there?
I mean, there's probably a few people sitting in the chat that know him. Maybe some locals. Any locals in the chat still?
They don't love you anymore. They go to Dude now. You're replaced.
They do. It's true. It's true. They hang out with dude. They don't hang out with me anymore. That's fine. It's fine.
Metal Mojon said that was a preview of Geeb when he's 80 years old. Maybe.
Even the nursing home playing Wii.
Nah, baby. Where's my Pro Controller? Give me my Switch 2 Pro. That's still the best controller that's ever been released. I swear by it.
Dude.
Grandpa Geeb, you know you can play games with your minds now. You don't have to hold the thing. I prefer it the old-fashioned way. Back in my day,
control.
before the brain chips in the worms, we held our shit, and I liked it.
I
Curse
did
the storm
just
up
set
in
up a
nursing home.
redirect to dude.
Hey, very good, very good. Does that work now? We can redirect.
Yeah, it's been working.
I thought we had to get past 1,000, or no, we already passed 1,000. Yeah, oh yeah, we're fully.
Bro, I've been doing
I forgot.
redirects since like last
When did we
year.
When did we hit 1,000? I don't remember.
I've been doing this for a while. Redirects. I know
It's
you
been
never
like a
take
whole
care. I
year.
always do it, but it's done.
I do
worry.
everything else, so I appreciate you sending the redirect
Yes.
over to dude.
So everybody, stick around, hang out with dude.
Yes.
Tell him. Ask him about Jared Smolsky. He'll know
and-
Jared Smolsky.
yeah,
Ask
yeah.
him about it. He knows him. He knows
And
him.
subscribe to dude. He's trying to hit 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. He's at about 600 right now. Help him out. He's a friend of both of ours, especially at Drip. He's local to Drip. So make sure you guys go follow dude, subscribe to his channel. And if you like Call of Duty content, or he's playing Arc Raiders nowadays, if you like
Raiders,
those,
dude,
the man games, if you like the man games,
gun game.
Dude is the man. So we appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure to subscribe to this channel before you go. Chat. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. We do the show every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Next Tuesday should be an episode coming out, like a short episode. So yeah, I'm gonna try to fix those glitches that keep happening on Drip. My webcam's not glitching for you guys, but Drip's webcam is. So I'm gonna try to fix that.
Oh, yeah,
I think I know it.
We'll
There's some issues I got going on with my OBS. I got to fix them. I know it's my OBS. So appreciate you guys for hanging out, and hang out with dude. And we'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.